Unit 5, Lesson 3, Activity 1, Discussing Units of Time. Think about some words that you know that have to do with units of time. We could create a list that would include seconds, minutes, hours, days. We also have months, years, and we can even get into things like half an hour or even quarter past. Those are all words you would see when it comes to talking about units of time. In some situations, you'll use different units of time to describe that same measure. For example, some students may say that a task requires 30 minutes, which is actually equal to half an hour. We're going to look at exercises 1 through 8 on student book page 173. This is going to be a reference for our units of time lesson. So we're up here, units of time. It says complete the table. For units of time, 1 minute equals how many seconds? Well, we know that in a minute there are 60 seconds. 1 hour equals how many minutes? Again, there are 60 minutes in an hour. 1 day equals how many hours? There are 24 hours in a day. 1 week equals how many days? Well, we know that our week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday, which is 7 days. 1 year equals how many days? In 1 full year, there are 365 days. 1 year equals how many weeks? In a year, there are 52 weeks. 1 year equals how many months? Well, we know that there are 12 months in a year. And 1 leap year equals how many days? A leap year is going to add an extra day. So there are 366 days. As we're going through this unit or this lesson, I want you to remember that it is common to see hours abbreviated with HR, talking about abbreviations, minutes labeled as MIN, and seconds equaling SEC. Those are common abbreviations you will see. Now we're going to talk about converting units of time. Notice that converting units of time is similar to converting other units of measure, like we did for the length, capacity, and mass. In your journals, go ahead and write the following problems. 1 minute equals how many seconds? And the second problem is 12 minutes equals how many seconds? Think about these problems. We know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. But how do you get to that number? What operation would you use to change a larger unit to a smaller unit? If you said multiplication, you are correct. So what would you multiply 12 by to find the number of seconds in 12 minutes? Well, we know there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So we're going to multiply 12 times 60. When we multiply 12 times 60, remembering my 0 rule, I can do 12 times 6. 12 times 6, which I know is 72. And then I can add my 0 back on. So I have 720. So how many seconds are in 12 minutes? There are 720 seconds. Remember, we're going to multiply when moving from a larger unit to a smaller unit. Even though this number got bigger, you have to remember that seconds are smaller than minutes, which is why we multiply. Go ahead and look again at page 173 in your student book. Questions 9, 10, 11, and 12. The table shows the relationship between two units of time. For exercises 9 and 10, the relationship is given in the first row, so you should easily be able to decide what to multiply by. 1 day is 24 hours. So how many hours is 2 days? What will I multiply by? If I were to multiply this out, this one was 24 times 1, therefore this will be 24 times 2. 24 times 3. 24 times 4. If I complete those problems, I will be able to fill in how many hours are in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Same thing with number 10. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So how many minutes are in 3 hours? Well, notice I'm going from 1 hour with 60 minutes in it. So 3 hours is going to have 60 minutes plus 60 minutes plus 60 minutes, or 60 times 3. 5 hours. I'm going to multiply 60 times 5. And for 7 hours, I'm going to multiply 60 times 7. For exercise 11, the basic relationship is not shown. So we need to recall how many months are in 1 year in order to decide what to multiply by. 1 year has how many months? If we go up here and look, we know that 1 year has 12 months. So they were multiplying by 12. 3 times 12 is 36. In exercise 12, this is going to show you equivalent measurements. Since you know that 1 hour equals 60 minutes and 1 minute equals 60 seconds, you should multiply 60 times 60, which gives you 3,600 seconds for each conversion. Go ahead and complete 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then continue and finish 13 through 18 on your own. Go ahead now.